Hey everybody, I got actually a really good question asked, so I wanted to make a video on it real quick. Different people have different strategies, and different people say which one is better and debate it and all that. I just want to highlight in this video just a few different strategies that are all like legitimate. They're all good in their own way. It just depends on what type of investor you are. Are you going for the long game, going for the short game, like you're playing penny stocks, like you want to play options? There's a whole mess of things you guys can get into. But as far as for like simple strategy, I just want to go over a few. So the most common you'll hear and like people talk about and they'll pretty much have set up is like buy and hold, which is basically you're going long. So you have a long time horizon, like a year or longer, depending on what you have planned for that money. Like if you want to buy a house, want to buy a car, buy a gift, whatever. So if we look like a chart, let's say let's do Nike because I think they got a good down spike right now on the price. Yeah, okay, it's perfect. So this is just like the 1 day, 1 week, month, 3 month, and all that. But anyway, so 5 years. So when you're thinking buy and hold, this is what you got to be thinking right now is like the year game, like how long, you know. And if you're a buy and hold person, I would say you at least want to be like having your holding on to your stocks for a year, You got to understand where that stock is and where it's going. You got to have like faith in it that's going to keep going up. Now, typically when you buy into a stock like that, you want something big, like Nike, for instance. Now you can see on this chart, it's had a nice run up since it's about $20, and then it peaked up to 65. Now understand this stock has done stock splits in the past. So like the price could have been like 120, or higher. But to increase the amount of shares and bring the share price down, they'll do a stock split. So for every one share of Nike you own, they give you two basically, and that way it cuts it in half, and you just get two shares, but it's for the exact same price of them combined. But anyway, when you're starting down here, when you're buying in, like you'll buy right here, right, and then the stock will run up, and then you'll kind of see like this little dip area where the stock starts coming down. Like it's questionable that maybe it was a bad quarterly report, some bad sales numbers, whatever. So you buy more right here at the reduced price, and then it jumps up again, and there's another little dip right here that you can buy. Maybe it's something happened in a factory, whatever. Someone got hurt. It drove this down. So there's another dip buying opportunity, and then it runs up and peaks, and then all this over here is really, really, really knocking it down this past like couple years. So anywhere in here, like if you're really long Nike, I'm talking like a few years, this is a good buying opportunity right now for this company. But also if you're going long, this is a good time to add on to your current position. So that's like a going long scenario. Now, if you were to short the stock, which let me just point out right now, you cannot short stocks on Robinhood, but that's another strategy where basically you're going in the reverse. And I'm not gonna lie, like it took me a few times to really learn what shorting was, but I'm gonna give it my best explanation for you guys. So basically, let's say right now the stock's right here at this peak, 66.21, and you think it's gonna go down like it is right here. But let's say over here this hasn't happened yet. It's still at this peak right here, and you're gonna bet this is gonna happen. The stock's gonna fall. So what you do is you just basically call up Robinhood. Someone answers the phone, and you just say, "I want to short Nike for 100 shares," right? So what Robinhood will do is say, "Okay." They'll go to any other one of their investors, like let's say me, for instance, and they see, oh, he has 100 shares of Nike already, so I'm gonna borrow that from him. And as far as I'm concerned, when I look at my account, I will still see those 100 shares. I won't know this is all going on in the background with my money. But anyway, the 100 shares will go over to you, and you'll have 100 shares of Nike. And what you do is you sell them immediately because you're selling them at the peak, at the height. You're profiting that. And then what you're betting on is it's going to fall down to a lower price. Let's say right here at $49. We'll call it even 50 right now. So $50. So 66 to $50. And now you say, okay, I'm going to give back those shares. I'm going to buy them back. And then Robinhood's going to take that and give me back the 100 shares, and it'll go back in my account, and it'll be like nothing ever happened. And what you do is you profit the difference from where you sold at the peak to where you bought back in down here, and that's what you profited. That's how you gain. So you're making money off of someone else's money, essentially. Now that's shorting a stock, but again, you can't do that with Robinhood. So if you're interested in going that route, I mean, there's plenty of other apps, but I mean, as far as I know, Robinhood's the only one that lets you trade for free. You just can't short. And then, of course, a strategy to what I use is the day-to-day trading strategy. So what I'm looking at is 1 day charts, 1 week charts, usually, because I like to see where the stock's been in that week, usually the day before. Sometimes you'll notice stocks will kind of stay in a certain range through the week. So if you look at the previous days and you see like the peak was up here at 53, and then the lowest was at 52, like the stock's kind of trading in that range. So you can just make bets on is it going to go up or go down. In this case, it went down. But sometimes you look at 1 month strategies, 3 month. It's always good to look at a 5 year, in my opinion, because you want to know where the stock's been and where it's going, where it's trending, because I think that definitely positively influences your decision making. But that's like the strategy I use. So like I'm day-to-day charts, and like as the chart's going, I might pull on my phone, and like let's say the stock's only right here right now. I'll make bets like, okay, it's going down, it's going down. It's probably not going to go down, so I'm just going to leave this one alone. I'm not even going to try and buy in, because it looked like it just had a short drop for the day and then just kind of did nothing, went sideways, just consolidated. So I won't buy into that stock or keep that stock. I'll just move on. But those are just like a couple of like the super basic strategies that I can just think of off the top of my head. And I'm sure it's like most of you guys are probably already familiar with them, at the very least going long or buying low and selling high. That's one of the more generic strategies. It's great for like a retirement account. Like I have like a 401 at work and my own IRA, and both of them, that's my strategy is going long. I'm buying low and selling high, but in most cases I'm just buying low and then it'll go longer and it'll dip and I'll buy low, and then it'll go longer and dip again, then I'll buy low. And just at each point, you always want to buy in cheaply as possible. That's how you get the biggest bang for your buck. That's how you get the most return at the end of the year. But just those simple strategies, whichever works for you. But this channel is mostly going to be about day-to-day swing trading penny stocks, like, because that's just what I do on this Robinhood account. That's kind of my thing. Like I'll probably put videos out saying certain things, like if I see a stock go down, I'm like, hey, if you're interested in this stock, this is a good time to buy, or whatever. I'll probably have some of those in there, but this is mostly just day-to-day swing trading. So I hope that kind of give you guys a little better understanding. If you like that content, man, like, leave a comment. Like I said, I'm gonna try to answer as many of these comments as I can and help you guys out so you can learn and you can get better yourselves. Just help me out, click like, subscribe on my channel, and I'll keep these videos coming, man. Have a good day.